Hey, good morning, everyone. Meteorologist Jessica Blum here. I have a little time for a YouTube update. So I'm going to post this. I am filming this just after 8:30 in the morning Thursday. So this is likely going to be your last YouTube update for me before we're monitoring for severe weather through the evening hours. I don't have a whole lot of time. Not taking a break today. This is kind of my snack between shows because I don't have time to take a break. I've been doing live cut-ins for GMA, and I'll be doing that through 9 a.m. And then, as you can imagine, I'll have to update some of our coworkers on what we're thinking for this evening, for the rest of the day today in a meeting later on, and then the midday show. So this is kind of my last opportunity to post an update for you. We did have a slight adjustment to the enhanced risk. If this is your first time seeing it, we had the enhanced risk introduced early this morning to the overall severe risk for Thursday. But now it's shifted a little bit from our morning show if you joined into our morning show. Lincoln now kind of on the edge of this enhanced risk. There's now more of a narrow focus around I-80 and to the north, and the enhanced risk has been extended. Excuse me, I've been talking a lot today. Extended over to Des Moines. That level 3 out of 5 risk. And a level 3, an enhanced risk, just means that numerous severe storms will be possible. A few could be intense. So today, certainly a day to take this risk seriously. I zoom in on this area in particular because if you've got any hail-sensitive property, this would be a good day to take proactive measures and bring it inside, bring it to a sheltered location, because we are looking at very large hail. This enhanced risk is coming with an increased confidence in some very large hail as a threat tonight, a couple isolated tornadoes, and some damaging winds. So Omaha, you're included in that, Wahoo, the northern edge of Cass County, northern edge of Lincoln kind of included in this. Enough on the edge, and we were in the enhanced risk this morning that I think we should still be, on your toes, severe weather ready, having multiple ways to receive warnings and watches if and when they come out later today. The watch would be obviously first to give you a heads up of these storms in that area and kind of the counties we're thinking of and that watch would be issued from the Storm Prediction Center. Seward, you're still in the enhanced risk. This extends back toward Columbus, areas along the Platte River, but around I-80 to the north and then east into portions of Iowa. So breaking down each of these threats, the timing hasn't changed, the details hasn't changed, it's just the overall area that has slightly been adjusted, but overall I would still take away the same messages if you did tune in to the morning show. A 5 p.m. time frame is what we're thinking of for this evening. Hail is the primary threat, driving the enhanced risk now. The tornado risk has been adjusted a little bit. It has increased just a little bit, and damaging winds could be on the order of 60 miles per hour, 60 to 70 miles per hour this evening. Right now, you're taking a look at satellite and radar over the last few hours. We have pretty good area of clear skies in southeast Nebraska. Just some high-level clouds moving in, and very light rain if anything's making it to the ground in the panhandle. This morning, there were some questions. What the morning round would do, whether it would linger or cause some cloud cover to linger much this morning. If we saw any marginally severe storms in southeast Nebraska, what would that do to the environment? But over the last 6 hours, if I put this in a loop, you'll see it at the beginning of it as I wait for this to loop again. Northeast Nebraska then takes a dive south. I'm sure Kansas City is grateful for that. To the south and east through this morning. So at times there were severe thunderstorm warnings with this activity. There are no longer as of just past 8:30 this morning with what's out there now. But at times there were warnings for 60 mile per hour winds and quarter-size hail. So it was a marginally severe round. But I think this round, as we watched late yesterday, kind of some of the models trend further south for this to be more of an issue for northeast Nebraska. That has really opened the door for our severe weather play later this evening. As you can see over Lincoln, high-level clouds, still a lot of sun making it to the ground. So I think we're going to see some instability pick up throughout the day today. A lot of heating. We're expected to warm close to 90 degrees later today and already pretty humid. Look at these temperatures this morning. 65 degrees in Lincoln, 67 in Nebraska City, 67 degrees in Omaha. It is very warm out there. It feels like something is brewing, as oftentimes it does feel like that on a day where we have a risk for severe weather. Let's look at wind speeds. They're around 10 to 20 miles per hour out of the south and eastern Nebraska. Look at how much moisture is now sitting in eastern Nebraska. We've got dew points in the middle and upper 50s that would support the risk for severe weather later on as the cold front comes through later. I mean, to put it in perspective, we were in the upper 20s early yesterday morning for a dew point. Now we're in the 50s. So we've seen the moisture creep up in eastern Nebraska. So we will be watching for that. This is the models I was showing this morning. But I will say with that risk for severe weather nudging a little bit to the north, there's a narrowed focus for some of these storms to really happen around I-80 and north of Lincoln toward Omaha. So take the placement of these storms with a grain of salt. This is overall what we will be watching for, but after about 2-3 o'clock today, you're looking at isolated storms possible in western Nebraska, around I-80, maybe a little southwest of North Platte. I still like this model run. This placement may be off. Again, that is kind of the asterisk to what I'm talking about. But storms will be possible in and around the Tri-Cities area 6 to 7 o'clock tonight. Then more storms moving toward Lincoln 7-8 o'clock tonight. There may be some lone cells out here that we'll be watching for the tornado threat and very large hail threat, kind of separate from the cold front that comes through. Those storms still in and around eastern Nebraska, 9-10 o'clock, then moving out by 11 o'clock. Yes, some snow out in western and northwestern Nebraska. Doesn't make it further east than that, but some accumulating snow possible up here. Worth mentioning. Okay, so another look at this severe risk. Again, if you've got friends, family in Iowa over toward Des Moines, a great day to take the measures, bring in things, park the car in the garage, take the measures to protect whatever you want to from hail later on this evening. So the tornado risk from yesterday was bumped up to a 5% risk. Again, Lincoln on the edge of that, northern Lancaster County, toward Columbus, Omaha, and portions of eastern Nebraska. 5% doesn't sound like a lot. That is your probability within 25 miles of a point, but this is a pretty narrow area. Cannot rule out a couple isolated tornadoes. We will be watching for that today. Make sure you have your tornado safety plans in place for this evening, because you may only have minutes to react. But likely we will be watching this, so if you're tuning in with us, posting to social media, I know Roasty may have some live coverage later on. Just stay alert tonight. Have multiple ways to get severe weather updates. Your large hail risk looks like this. Black hash marks indicate your chance of seeing 2 inches, if not slightly bigger, hail in diameter. I think we could be on the order of 2 to 3 inches tonight. But the higher probability, northern Lancaster, northern Lincoln, Omaha, Columbus, eastern Nebraska. And damaging wind could be on the order of 60 to 70 miles per hour. So that's generally your update for this morning, what I have time for before we get into, I got one more cut in this morning, and then a midday show and another meeting this morning. If you have any questions, be sure to comment on this video. I'll try to get back to them. After this, we're looking at a cooler day on Friday beyond the cold front. Cloudy, northern winds, a little chilly compared to a day almost at 90 degrees this afternoon. And then rain likely Easter, and then into next week. Maybe that does affect some Easter egg hunts. But then look at all the chances for rain next week. We need the moisture. I know a lot of us would be looking forward to that without a risk for severe weather. But if you see storms tonight, there would be a risk for severe weather. So keep that in mind. Stay up to date, and that'll probably do it for the last of the updates today for April 17th, 2025.